I recently came across this story about a young man who was looking for a job, and he applied for one at a local supermarket. After his interview, the manager told him, "You have a great resume and we really want you to work here, but there's just one problem. You don't smile enough." The guy was confused, so he asked, "What do you mean?" The manager explained, "When I was interviewing you, you weren't smiling or making eye contact with me. You seemed unhappy to be here, and our customers expect us to be friendly and upbeat. So if you want this job, you need to learn how to fake it till you make it." So the young man started working there part-time, and he tried his best to be enthusiastic and encouraging. But a few months later, he went back to that same manager and he said, "I worked very hard to improve my attitude at work, but lately I've been hearing from other coworkers that I still don't smile enough. What can I do to fix this?" The manager thought about it for a moment and then he replied, "You're doing much better now. But the truth is, your attitude isn't up to par with what we need around here. So let me tell you something. There is a woman who works in our stockroom who has been with the company for over 20 years. And whenever someone walks by, she always says, 'Good morning, sunshine, how are you today?' And everyone who hears her always feels better. She doesn't complain. She's always helping others. And she never seems to have a bad day. So I want you to go talk to her and ask her how she stays so positive all the time." So the young man went to the stockroom and he found that same woman and he asked her, "How do you stay so happy all the time? How do you stay so positive?" And she looked at him and she said, "Well, honestly, sometimes I feel like life is meaningless and I'm just another cog in the machine. But then I think to myself, well, maybe I am just a small cog in the machine, but the machine would fall apart without me. So why not make myself valuable by bringing more energy and enthusiasm to work every single day? Besides, when I see the sunrise every morning, I know it is going to be a good day because I have a new opportunity to add value into the lives of my friends, family, and even people I have just met, and I've never had a bad day since I started trying to build others up rather than beat them down." So the young man thanked her for her advice, and he started considering every morning before work how he might build others up and not beat them down. And pretty soon, he noticed that he felt much better about himself. He started being more encouraging to others, and he even started smiling again. And a few months later, that same manager walked past him, and he heard him say, "Good morning, sunshine. How are you today?" And he was pleasantly surprised because that was exactly what he had suggested he do. But this wasn't just some mindless habit. It was transforming his entire attitude and it was impacting everyone around him. In our increasingly polarized world, many of us feel tired and discouraged, and we read just trying to get by each and every day. But the truth is, we need encouragement now more than ever. And it only takes a few small acts of kindness to make a big difference in someone else's life. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 simple ways that you can encourage others and bring more positivity into their lives. These are small acts of kindness that you can start using today. Now, 1. Use words to uplift others. Now, I know we live in a culture where people throw insults and make jokes at others all the time. But we also have the power to use words to inspire, encourage, and motivate those around us. For example, in the workplace, many of us are constantly stressed out and overwhelmed with all of our responsibilities. So when someone takes the time to acknowledge our efforts and express appreciation for what we do, it can really make a difference. It shows that someone is paying attention and that they value our contributions. This can boost our morale and help us feel more motivated and productive. Similarly, when someone encourages us to do our best or congratulates us on a job well done, it can help build our confidence and inspire us to achieve even greater things. Words of affirmation and encouragement can also help people cope with difficult situations. When someone is going through a tough time, simply letting them know that you care and that you believe in them can make a huge difference. It shows that they're not alone and that they have someone to lean on for support. Now, the key thing here is to be genuine and sincere in your words. No one wants to hear empty platitudes or fake compliments. Instead, focus on being specific and acknowledging the unique qualities and contributions of those around you. For example, instead of saying "good job," take a moment to explain what they did well and how it made a positive impact. Or instead of saying "you're amazing," tell them something specific that you admire about them and why it's admirable. By taking the time to be thoughtful and sincere in your words, you can make a lasting impact on those around you. Now, if you want to learn how to use words to encourage others, here's a great quote from author Robert Schuller that says, "The greatest way to quicken the human pulse is to actually communicate with people, to have meaningful conversations with them, to have mutual exchanges of ideas and feelings." and attitudes. So if you want to lift up others with your words, take the time to connect with them on a deeper level and show them that you genuinely care about them as individuals. Ask them questions about their interests and hobbies. Listen attentively when they talk and offer support and encouragement when they're facing challenges. By being present and engaged in your interactions with others, you can create meaningful connections that will enrich both their lives and your own. No. 2. Do small acts of kindness. Now, most of us think that in order to make a real difference in the world, we need to do something big. But the truth is, it's the small things that often make the biggest impact. In fact, research has shown that performing acts of kindness can actually increase our own happiness and well-being, while benefiting both the recipient and the giver. Now, these acts don't have to be expensive or time. They can be as simple as buying a coffee for the person behind you in line, leaving a positive review for a local business you love, or even just smiling and saying hello to someone you pass by on the street. When we perform random acts of kindness, we create a ripple effect that can spread positivity and good vibes to those around us. It can brighten someone's day and make them feel appreciated, which in turn can make them more likely to pay it forward and do something nice for someone else. Acts of kindness can also help build a sense of community and connection. When we do something nice for someone else, we create a bond between us and that person. It can make us feel more connected to others and foster a sense of belonging. This is especially important in today's world, where many of us feel isolated and disconnected from those around us. So whether it's volunteering at a local soup kitchen, donating blood, or simply lending a helping hand to a friend in need, there are countless ways that we can make a positive impact in the world. And the best part is that these small acts of kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same and creating a more positive and compassionate world for everyone. Now, if you want to start doing small acts of kindness to encourage others, here's a great quote from author Anne Frank that says, "Think of all the people who love you. Think of all the people you love. If you can think of a single thing that you could do for any of them that would make their life happier, then do it." That is one of the purposes of life, to be a giver, not a receiver. So take some time to reflect on the people in your life and consider how you can make a positive impact on their lives. It doesn't have to be anything major. Just think about what would make them happy and do it. No. 3. Be a good listener. One of the best ways to encourage others is simply to listen. We've all had experiences where we've wanted to share something with someone only to have them interrupt or change the subject. When this happens, it can make us feel like our thoughts and feelings aren't valued or respected, which can discourage us from sharing and connecting with others. However, when we actively listen to others and show them that we care about what they have to say, we create an environment of mutual respect and understanding. This can encourage them to open up, share their ideas, and express their emotions freely. It can also help us to build stronger relationships and create a sense of community and belonging. Now, being a good listener doesn't mean just hearing what someone is saying. It means truly understanding their perspective and empathizing with their experiences. It requires patience, compassion, and a willingness to see things from their point of view. It also involves asking follow-up questions and summarizing what the other person has said to ensure that you understand them correctly. By practicing active listening skills, we can demonstrate to others that we value their opinions and feelings, and that we've recommitted to understanding their perspective. This can create a safe and supportive environment where others feel encouraged to share and connect with us. So whether it's with friends, family, colleagues, or strangers, taking the time to truly listen to others and understand their perspectives can make a world of difference. Now, if you want to be a good listener to encourage others, here's a great quote from author Dean Koontz that says, "Sometimes the most loving thing you can do for another person is to listen to, be there for them, and to offer your support and understanding without judgment." So if you want to create a positive impact on those around you, commit to being a good listener and showing empathy and understanding toward their experiences. So these are just a few simple ways that you can encourage others and bring more positivity into their lives. The important thing is to start somewhere and to be consistent with your effort. Small acts of kindness and encouragement can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to do the same and creating a more positive and uplifting environment for everyone. Thank you for watching, and until next time, remember to be kind, be generous, and be a source of positivity in the world.